It's an honor to play for your country. Have my last name on my back, Canada on my chest. I feel like I can compete with anybody. Expect a competitor. I had a lot of pride, man. No one believed in me. I had a lot of people doubt me at first. I want to thank those people. Don't sleep, man.
Anyone who was asleep was jolted awake this summer when Canada shocked everyone by winning gold at the Under-19 World Basketball Championships. One of the stars of that team was Abu Kigab, and holding that trophy over his head on the same continent he left as a shy 9-year-old kid marked not only a triumphant return, but an improbable moment that no one, including himself, could have seen coming.
At first, I couldn't even believe where I was because I'd never been so close to home. I never thought I'd go to Egypt and play for a world championship and actually win the world championship. It's a blessing for me because I came from nothing. And, every time I'm on the court, I always remembered back home where I had no opportunities. Now I have an opportunity, so I got to take advantage of it.
The first opportunity for the Kigab family came with a tremendous sacrifice. Abu, his father, and 2 sisters would move halfway around the world to St. Catharines, Ontario to begin their new life. But his mother would stay in the Sudan for 2 more years with her infant son.
It was very tough for her, She was crying, calling us all the time, how you doing, always checking up on us. I didn't really know the language, so I was getting bullied a lot, got into a lot of fights. When she came a couple years after, made everything a lot smoother. Finally got back to mom's cooking, so finally had to stop eating dad's cooking. I can't even imagine what our life would be like. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. Really appreciate my parents for that because they're the ones who gave me the opportunity.
Abu's father, Sultan, was a champion long-distance swimmer and was a friend of the late, great Muhammad Ali. So he knew the power of sport and that it could help his young son transition into his new life. And for Abu, there was only one sport that he wanted to play.
She used to look up YouTube videos on how to dribble and shoot. Watching some NBA stuff that has so much action. I want to play a sport like that. I was horrible, man. I didn't know what I was doing. I could barely dribble a ball. I'd always, bug the older guys, pick me, but never got picked. Growing up, getting bullied, makes you very angry. And, playing basketball is a way for me to let my anger out. So when I practice, I always go my hardest. Every time I step on the court, I still feel like I have to prove myself, and that's why I always play with an edge.
That edge, that work ethic took Abu from community housing in Ontario to prep school in California, to AAU tournaments throughout North America and around the world with the national program of his new homeland. Now, he is on a full scholarship at one of the biggest NCAA basketball programs in America, the University of Oregon.
If you look at any championship level team, regardless of level, there's usually a player at the center of it like Abu, a guy that's willing to do anything and everything for the sake of the win. Basketball's traveled him around all over the world, and I think there's a certain sense of maturity that's kind of, gotten into Abu with all that, so he's learned to channel that energy, channel that communication level. There's still a tiger and lion inside that chest, you know what I mean? And, as a coach, we want that emotion. And like I said, that just as much as we want him to physically contribute, we need him to come in and take a charge in the locker room.
I really think of the basketball court as a jungle. So I always try to be the lion, the king of the jungle. Growing up, obviously, I had a tough life in Sudan. Never thought I'd be something like this, I was just a kid, angry kid playing basketball, and just seeing myself develop so much. The fire I play with, the mentality that I have, all comes from my childhood and how I was raised. I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for immigration that allowed me to come to Canada. So it's just a blessing to be able to represent Canada in the States.